Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you're watching from. Hope you and your family is safe and having yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. It's a one cup of coffee. Then I'll go. Thanks for watching Tampo underscore 1960 TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And over here at Tampo underscore 1960, we keep it real with you. Topic of the morning is America with Donald Trump set to benefit 50 million barrels of oil from Venezuela since the capturing of Nicolas Maduro. We have our President Donald Trump stating that he gonna meet with the oil companies in America at the White House to discuss how they're gonna set up company in Venezuela. This Venezuela saga is not going anywhere anytime soon. Though it's just the UN is distancing themselves from the US. First to do so is the Netherlands. Netherlands president said he's not fighting or defending the US anymore. They break away from the US. Said nope, they're not, because how the Netherlands operate, they arrest criminals. They don't kill criminals. And what America is doing, blowing up those boats, is inhumane. So the Netherlands forces, they are not fighting alongside America force, they're not protecting them out at sea anymore, because they are they kill over 100 people with striking those boats. So the Netherlands government stating that they are no longer fighting alongside to protect criminals out in the ocean, because America military is committing strike that killing people. As first they said you got to capture or arrest the criminals, which America not doing that. So if you're a fisherman in the sea and they think that you're going to Venezuela or Colombia and bringing drugs to the shore, they are going to start to strike those vessels. They said dead man tell no tales. So we don't know if a lot of those boats that was hit, if they're really carrying drugs, because there's no evidence of the drugs and there's no witness to speak what happened. Jessica Berger, blessings to you and your family. Happy New Year. Yes. So Netherlands is not fighting alongside. And we see where the UN they having a emergency meeting where they're discussing capturing of Maduro by President Donald Trump and his administration, which is the Republican administration. We see where Marco Rubio going around talking about what happened in the Western Hemisphere, that America control the West. So China and Russia must back off and mind their own business. But reading the article and listening to what President Donald Trump is saying, he said we're gonna make America rich again. All these oil company that was kicked out of Venezuela, we are going back into Venezuela and we're gonna reap 50 million barrel of oil from Venezuela. So is it was war and drugs? Because if you have so much oil, why do you need to push drugs? Ask yourself the question. They always tell us conflicting stories. Same thing with Iraq. They say they have weapon of mass destruction, but they never use it when they go in and capture Saddam Hussein. Now they go into Venezuela and capture Nicolas Maduro, and they said he was the largest drugs pusher. The drugs not pushing from Venezuela, from Colombia to Venezuela into America, and they capture him for narcotics. But we all see what happening. It's geopolitics. President Donald Trump and Marco Rubio said it is too close for China and Russia to be getting oil from Venezuela. So if we can stop the flow of oil to those countries and we become the largest oil reserve in the world, then we can sabotage a lot of those countries. The oil will be cheap in America. The oil will be cheap in America, and we'll control the wealth. Because as you see, oil dropped to 56.13 a barrel right now. So it's dropped 1.3% since the president declared that they'll be set to benefit 50 million barrel of oil from Venezuela. The stock market rise yesterday. So when in 2016, when we hear Donald Trump and the president said drill baby drill, it was all to go back into Venezuela to go drill oil. People was thinking it was a gimmicks. That we're gonna drill. I don't hear they find new oil in America. So where they were gonna drill. But the president did have it all planned all along. That's why he started a war with Venezuela for his first administration. Then he continued, and it don't matter which one of the government it was, whether Donald Trump or Joe Biden, because under Joe Biden administration, he do the same thing too. So people need to tell themselves that, listen, I'm an American first. It don't matter which president in power, all of them is the same. Any country that they see that they have resources that they need, they're gonna go after them and they're gonna go capture it. You see that happen with Hawaii. Now we see that happen in Venezuela because America backed their military. They spend millions or billions of dollars on their military. That's why they tell you that their budget billions a year time to run the military. That's why you hear the president boast and said, yes, it was all over in the split of a second where we go in and we start here strike. But I was listening to a former FBI agent, and he was saying that he think they were already capture Maduro when they're going and do the airstrike because no man gonna be in bed when a 2-ton bomb is dropping. No matter where in the city you're gonna hear it. So he said like a coup was already there and they capture him, and so it was just for the military just to come in to come take him. They said they also state that the bounty was on his head was like $50 million, 50 million US dollar. And they said a lot of people in Venezuela are poor. Can you imagine what $50 million can do to a poor nation? So you got to be real strong around him to like, okay, I get him $50 million if we get 1,000 people who are close to Maduro, start to get them to like, hey, we're gonna get $50 million if we turn him over to the US. You and your family set for generation upon generation. But the interesting part, what I don't get, is the president state that Nicolas Maduro is running narcotics. So you capture him for narcotics. But at the other hand, you said you're gonna take the oil and sell the oil. So it wasn't narcotic you're holding for then, because somebody else have to run the country. So the next man up would be the vice president. You see, you're not working with the vice president because the vice president who knows the president says she's not working with you because you want to take over all the wealth of the country. Because if you set to benefit 50 million barrels of oil, and it don't sound like you say you're paying for it, so that means you're just gonna take it. That's criminality at the highest level. Because the first news conference, when they captured Maduro, he said not one of the oil field was destroyed. Not one. And we know whoever control the oil, they are the one who control the world. So in the Western Hemisphere, America gotta be the dominant force because they control the oil. We see where Canada also moving away from NATO and trying to move to the European Union, seeking help because they said they're gonna need backings. You need something to eat this early, right now, 6:56. You need something to eat. You have a chips. You need a bottle of water. I got a bottle of water. Need a bottle of water? Blessings. You have chips, so you just need some water. So if you have chips, you're eating, so you don't need nothing else. So you could go back to sleep. So on the street every day, you'll see people begging and walking across the street. You gotta pay attention when you're driving on the street. You got a lot of homeless people, people on drugs in the city of Atlanta. It's real crazy. And the time is what? The weather is 59 degrees, so it's kind of be on the cool side. So you're gonna see a lot of them out this early. But back to the story of America set to benefit 50 million barrel of oil. They say the price of oil dropped. It's like $56.13 per barrel. But what are your thoughts this morning? Put put it in the comment section down below. Do you think we're gonna have a World War III? Like you think the rest of the world just gonna just sit back and make America come and take over? Cause they said they're gonna what Greenland next. Uh, country that's on the edge right now is Cuba. You know that Cuba with the embargo, America, as they said, Cuba with the Russians. So you think America is going into Cuba as well? And then Canada, as Donald Trump said, Canada is going to be the 51 state. So Prime Minister Carney must be thinking what's next, because Donald Trump and his administration control the military. You never know who next. As you say, he wanna be the king. King Trump, if you keep on going into wars and wars and war, next election, you may never know. Maybe he'll be King Trump. He will control the Western Hemisphere, where if you come against Donald Trump, we come and capture you and take over your country. We see he do it to Venezuela, and then talk about narcotics. Because if you capture Maduro, you're supposed to just let somebody else run the country. But you don't want that. But it's gonna get real messy and crazy, as they say. A lot of the journalists, they are preaching for a better day because Maduro was saying peace, 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 peace. No war, no war. The other thing, I see a video of Donald Trump say Maduro was mimicking him, the way he danced, and he do the same dance. The president was so irate. He said, how dare Maduro to do the dance? So Maduro, you should have done the dance. It's the dance that get the president riled up and worked up to go capture you. President said you should have done that dance, Maduro. Wanna be like me? Okay, I'm gonna come in your country and capture you and capture all your resources. And we're gonna take it. And we're gonna make billions or trillions of dollars from it. So come the next couple of years from now, America will be debt free. If we get all the oil, we'll sell all the oil and we'll benefit. So everyone who contribute to this campaign, they're gonna reach again, as Donald Trump said, make America great again. It's not great, it's rich again. So we're gonna go there, we're gonna capture again. We're gonna capture again. So we're gonna go and capture Venezuela. What other country have resources that we need? Um, let's see. What Greenland have? So now Greenland is on the edge. We see where from Donald Trump was running, he was talking about Greenland. So now with tariff and a war, what is going to happen? It's a Peter for president. Ah, worry. Hey, we don't know, man. The people of America voted me in. They said on the Venezuelan and all of them said Venezuelan for Trump, Cuban for Trump. But if somebody come in your country and capture all your resources and bomb in your country, what that tell you? You're praying for somebody to come in and to free the people, but the people are free, but the infrastructure have been destroyed. Do you not know that your country gonna be poorer? You're gonna be poorer. Where are the money gonna come from to rebuild? You see it happen with Iraq. You see it happen to Libya. So what you think gonna happen? You think you're gonna rebuild your country? Because if they control all the resources, where are the money gonna come from to rebuild? They're gonna sell all the resources out of your country, and then you're gonna turn around and get grants from them. Most of the people who are in the street, they never think of it. They never do their research. They don't go, yeah, we wanna be free because Maduro and his family living a good life, and we are in bondage. So hey, Donald Trump, come set us free. Donald Trump come set you free, but he take away all your resources. So now you have nothing to live off. If Maduro was selling oil and the subsidy from the oil, then he give it back to the communities. Now you ain't getting nothing. America take all the oil and all the wealth out of your country, and your infrastructure have been destroyed. So now you have no infrastructure. You're looking at rebels everywhere you go. Your city used to be beautiful. Now you don't have a city anymore. You have like a desert. So a lot of the time you ask for somebody to come in and capture the president or to remove that president, but then it causes chaos. They become chaotic. Like now, when you see people in the street every day, some are for Maduro and some are for the change. But when they watch the news and see that, hey, Donald Trump and his administration is taking over our oil, it's too late. We already did. Well, you lose everything. So you're back poorer than that you was poor before. So now you become a poorer nation because you gotta have to depend on America because they're running all your resources. Because if they said to remove 50 billion barrel of oil, you ain't said to benefit anything. Because the president didn't say like, hey, we're gonna pay like 56. At first must be drop asleep. It's in the wrong lane. Said to benefit. So what's gonna happen? You're not gonna benefit. What are you doing, man? You're not gonna set to benefit anything. And then they can run the country however they want to run the country. But wherever you're watching from, thanks for watching Tampa underscore 1960 TV. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Over here, we love you guys. Peace and love. Tell somebody that you love them this morning. Say that is a little thought that matter. And you are matter to Tampa underscore 1960 TV. Peace and love, as Marcus Mosiah Garfield said, one love to each and every one on this Wednesday morning. I'm out of here.